Hi everybody, I am Jeff Commings and welcome to part 4 of my 18-part video series where I read from my book, Odd Man Out, True Stories of a Gay Black Swimmer. And if you have not read parts 1, if you've not seen parts 1, 2, and 3, you can go to the video link just right above my finger here. And you could go to part 1 where I read from my prologue, part 2 where I read from chapter 1, and part 3 where I read from chapter 2. So that means obviously part 4, I will be reading from chapter 3, and the passage I'm going to read today will detail my final swim, my final individual swim at the Missouri State High School Swimming and Diving Championships. As the end of February approached, I needed to concentrate on my preparation for my final state championship meet. I had narrowed my college choices to Texas or Michigan and put my thoughts aside for a few weeks. I wanted my final high school state meet to be one that would be remembered for many years. I didn't set many specific goals other than dropping my state record in the 100 breast, and most importantly, breaking the year-old state record in the 200 IM to prove my versatility to the college coaches who were eager to peg me as only a breaststroker. The state championships were held in Columbia, Missouri at Hickman High School. The venue was literally a dungeon, dark and unheated and a little run down. The pool itself had only 6 lanes and was about 4 feet deep at the turning end of the pool. There was hardly a warm down pool. It consisted of a space of water just off the main competition pool that was about 10 yards long and 5 yards wide. The best way to warm up before a race was to stand in place and jump up and down or move your arms while standing in place. I broke the state record in the 200 IM in prelims with a 152.90, and it also qualified me to swim the event at Senior Nationals 6 weeks later. 15 minutes before the final of the 100 breaststroke, I did some meditation techniques and tried to calm down my nerves. By the time the final came, I had stopped shivering but had tremendous butterflies in my stomach. Jeff Rush, who was a junior at one of the prestigious private schools in St. Louis and a longtime friend, was in the lane next to me. When the starter called the swimmers to the blocks, the cheering in the cavernous facility stopped. No one was talking. No one was moving. When the race started, I swam on all cylinders. Since the pool depth at the turning end was less than 4 feet deep, I had to adjust my pullouts so my fingertips wouldn't scratch the bottom. Though it's in the rules that you can't touch the pool bottom with any part of your body to avoid getting an advantage, scraping your fingers on a breaststroke pullout can actually slow you down. The better bet is to push off shallower. Just as I expected, Jeff Rush was within a body length of the 50. I had a slight fear that I hadn't taken the race out fast enough and shifted into a higher gear. I might have paid a big price by doing that, as I was carried through the final 6 or 7 grueling strokes by the crowd. The cheering had reached a monstrous decibel. When I touched the wall, I was unsure if I had broken the record or if my nerves had defeated me. The meet used electronic timing, but there was no scoreboard to see your times after the race, so we relied on the hand times. One of the timers came to the edge of the pool and showed me her watch, 54:79. Those who had stopwatches in the crowd knew the time too and were most likely spreading the news around the deck. I hadn't broken the national record, but everyone still appreciated the fact that I still went faster than my prelim time, and the crowd broke into lengthy applause. As of this writing, my state record has survived 18 years of challenges. So that's a reading from chapter 3 of my book, Odd Man Out, True Stories of a Gay Black Swimmer. And I will be back soon with part 5. Thank you for allowing me to share my book with you here. And if you would like to buy a signed copy for $15.95 through December 31st, 2010, go to the link down in the description box. Now, after December 31st, that price will go back to $20, so hurry up and buy a copy now. Thanks very much again, and we'll see you next time.